Welcome back to Yeah the Girls. I'm joined as always with my co-hosts Claudia Gunjaka and Georgie Rankin. How are we feeling, ladies? It's been a crazy start to the condensed period. I do have to say I am feeling a little bit flat today after a couple of losses, and we're filming after last night's loss. So we're getting the mood up. We're going well.
We are bringing it up. I think
the sun's out today. That was a bonus.
I was saying to a few people, it kind of feels like the week between Christmas and New Year.
Oh my God,
when you don't know what day it is at all.
That's
how I
Great
feel.
way to
But
describe
minus the festivities.
So true. But anyways, we have a big ep this week. Obviously, we're going to have a touch on two games, the Hawthorn game and the Freo game. We'll also have Bryde joining us, who was our debutante on the weekend, which is super exciting to have her as a guest. We'll do Which Cat Is That? And then we'll also touch on our game ahead, which is the Sydney game, which we're super excited to play.
Yeah.
Am I missing anything in that?
No. Sounds
No,
good.
right.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Covered it all.
Beautiful. All right, let's start as always with our sweet and sours. Do you want to start us off, G?
All right, starting off with sweet and sour. We'll start sour. We'll go back to the usual rhythm that we have. Last week we got a bit excited with our sweets, I think.
Didn't we?
So I would say my sour would probably be natural in footy, but just that I think it's the feeling when you come off the back of a loss, and whilst at times you love having that day in between where you can have a bit of space and that breather away, there's times where it goes, when off the back of a loss, all I want is just like be around my people again.
Yeah.
And which is, you know, your teammates and your girls, the ones that you've ridden that wave with, whether you're playing or not. Like obviously I was sitting up top with the other non-selected and those that are currently injured, and you want to immerse yourself whilst providing people the space that they need and respecting that. But I'd say the sour feeling is just the fact that straight away when it's a tough loss like that and everyone's in the fields, you just wish you could wrap your arms around them and be together again.
Yep.
So that would be a weird analogy.
Okay.
But I feel like my sour's the same.
Yeah.
But it's almost like you're sitting in the pickle juice.
Yeah.
You're getting pickled. You're just
getting
like,
pickled.
oh, I want to get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
No, I get that. Yeah.
Strange analogy.
I
I
don't
love
know.
it though.
I just that's all I just thought of
That's
then.
what
I'm
you're
like,
feeling.
you're just getting pickled, and it doesn't feel tingly, not nice. So
Acidic. Yeah. Not a great feeling.
So that's the sour. But then we go to the sweet, and mine's as simple as on as you said, what day is it? I think it was on Sunday. After we left training, he's down at the moment. He's doing some work and picks me up. We went for a drive to Point Road night, and
love that
I've
beach.
actually never been there.
Oh,
And
where is it? I haven't been
It's
there
my
either.
childhood beach. Always went there.
Really?
Yeah, it's past Anglesey.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was stunning. We'd had rain that morning. That was the training session where we were out in the rain.
Oh, yeah.
And the clouds just seemed to lift, and the
it was
sun came
beautiful
out.
in the
Yeah.
afternoon.
It was stunning, and it was. I mean, I'm a big sucker for saltwater therapy, so just having the salt air around me, it was absolutely my sweet.
Do you know they have rock pools there too?
Anyways, love that. I know, that was so nice when the sun just came out that afternoon. I went for a walk in Torquay and I was like, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even thought it was coming down with rain earlier that day.
I know.
Anyways, my sour, as we touched on before, but my sweet this week, I've randomly got two, but my dad and my brother came down from Benalla on the weekend. I
that's
keep saying the
lovely.
weekend, on Tuesday, which was really nice. So
So
I got to spend a
nice.
bit of time with them. My brother's randomly on crutches at the moment because he's broken his leg.
Oh boy.
So it was kind of funny seeing
poor
him
bugger.
in the full get up and the crutches. And my other sweet was a big shout out to Esther.
Oh, yeah. Are we
Yeah.
talking
Is that how you
what's
say her name,
behind us?
Esther?
Esther. Yeah.
She has done an amazing painting of us for the Yeah the Girls studio, which we have up here. So massive shout out to her. She's absolutely killed it.
And,
And there was another one. There was a new one at the game
Yeah.
just yesterday. It had Nina, Perez, and someone else. Could have been AMAC.
yeah, the
Anyway,
Unbelievable.
Yeah, she's
So
unbelievable.
Massive shout out, and we'll have it in the back of our podcast from now on.
We
with
have
our
told her
Yeah
that
the
we're
Girl
giving
song.
it back, but
Yes, at
but
the-
for now we need it.
We
It
need it
needs
for
to
the,
be in
the
It's
aesthetic.
in here. Yeah.
vibe.
No, I
So
love it.
love
it was
that.
great. And great to see after a game as well. You walk
Yeah.
out, it's just something nice to see. So thanks, Esther.
And we should probably say, for those that are watching, we didn't sign it for in here. Originally, we'd signed it to give back to Esther.
I
Now-
pretty much said to her, I'm like, do Do you need that? Can we put that in the back of our podcast? Because that looks unreal.
No,
so
it's
we
great.
haven't taken it and just signed it and stuck it up
Like,
on the wall
give
for
it back.
ourselves.
We'll give it back.
No, I love it. Well, I'll roll into mine. So my sweet this week, obviously with the condensed period this week, we've got a lot of games, lots of training on days that we wouldn't normally train. So I've got the week off work.
Oh, I love this for
Is
you.
just amazing. And I feel like it's come at a really nice time because I have really just been sleeping in and
Needing the
just
sleep,
relaxing. And Tom, my boyfriend's also on school holidays because he's a teacher.
Oh my gosh, couldn't
So
be a better
great
time.
timing. We've
No
just
wonder
been,
it feels like the festive season.
Literally.
Everyone's off work.
Exactly. We've just been getting coffee and walks every day. So it's been quite
Love
nice.
that.
So yeah. But my sour on that note is because we've been playing on random days like Tuesdays and Thursdays, my usual game day coffee shop hasn't been open.
Oh.
They've been under renos and then Tuesdays
no.
they're not open. So I've been out of whack with the coffee routine a little bit, but I've tried some new places.
Where'd
which
you
has
go
been
this
good.
week?
Went to a little one. I cannot remember what it's called now, but just off Shannon Avenue, and it is gorgeous now. They've got little cakes and things as well, but it's just really nice setup. But yeah, anyway, they're back open, so I went this morning.
You're throwing out coffee routine and the shower routines are all out of whack.
All out of whack.
Sorry, how'd you end up going with your hair, Becky Webb?
I made it work. I had to wash it twice in 4 days, but that's okay.
It's done.
Keeping it nice and fresh.
Yeah.
Anyways, we better head into the couple of games that were, and probably also to mention congratulations to the boys who rounded out their season. Obviously not the result to be able to get into the grand final, but it probably was going to be hard watching that after Brisbane dominated Sydney in the grand final.
Yeah.
But they had an outstanding year and some really great individual performances as well.
And while we're on that, Becky Webb, you're heading to the red
Oh,
carpet
yes.
tomorrow.
Red carpet tomorrow. The boys, best and fairest, Kaji Greaves medal, which super excited
Very
to
exciting.
see all the boys dressed up with their partners or mums or whoever they're bringing. So can't wait.
No offense to the boys, but I'd much rather watching what the girls wear
Oh,
and all their partners
I
wear.
can't wait to walk the red carpet and be
Yeah.
like, what's the dress? Where did you get it from? Makeup, hair looks on amazing.
Have
So
you got yours organised?
I have not had the time. So if I'm looking half shabby,
Please,
I'll take it.
you'd never look half shabby.
anyway, so excited for that and congratulations to them. But yes, we played Hawthorn on Thursday night, which sounds crazy to think that was less than a week ago. And we were playing Gold Coast 10 days ago. That sounds
That's
crazy
nuts.
as
My
well.
goodness.
But really, like we obviously didn't win that game, but we've had some really positive feedback around the game across social media in terms of, you know, really high scoring, engaging footy. And, you know, when you sort of come off the back of a loss, you're kind of in the dumps a little bit thinking, oh, that's really annoying. Like there was moments in the game where we sort of lapsed and they had contest control and they scored really easy, but so did we. And, you know, that's a really good spectacle for fans to watch.
100%. And we had some standout performances in that game with Aisling scoring 3 goals and getting the goal of year contender as well.
That was actually insane.
Insane goal.
I remember thinking, I think I handballed it back to Darcy, who then
fed it
handballed it
forward
to
to Aisling.
Aisling. And then I was
Yeah.
sort of standing there like, I did a grind my eyes. I was like, oh my God, did that just happen the way she kicked that? So I think you can vote for her for goal of the week or goal of the year.
So get on it.
So get on that. I think it's on our Instagrams and stuff where you can vote. But that was outstanding performance by her. She was just a great game from her as well.
Oh, 100%. And then we can't go by, you know, we have our Geelong Way that gets voted, and shout out to Nina Morrison. She won it for that week and had really led the charge. You know, it's nothing we don't expect, but it's always nice when I think those players as well get that recognition that we're still seeing that you're putting it out week after week.
Yeah.
And she really stood up. I thought even the likes of, I was chatting to Scotty and I just thought sometimes she was, actually I shouldn't even say sometimes, there was multiple occasions within that game where, you know, we banged it forward and it was pretty much just Scotty and her opponent in the forward 50. And what I find really incredible about her is just her craft is so strong.
Oh,
in
yeah.
that
She's so clever.
it's not pinging back out. She's either winning it or she's halving it and actually keeping it within the vicinity, allowing time for, you know, teammates to either come and get to the fall of the ball or lock it in afterwards. And And it's just a credit to her experience.
Yes.
You know,
Her footy nous is amazing. But
absolutely.
I also want to shout out Kate Darby. I thought her marks in the first quarter and competitive beast she was at her best. It was so good to see.
Agreed. She's been great.
Yeah, which is awesome for her. But yes, at the end of the day, we didn't get the 4 points, but it was a great game. And good to be back at GMHBA as well.
Yeah.
And then, headed into training. So we played on the Thursday, headed into training on the Saturday morning, did the review, and then went into watching the grand final with all the girls, which was nice to have a bit of sunshine. We all went around to AMAX, which was nice. That's another sweet, I reckon.
True. I actually thought before we should have rolled that one
really
out.
nice.
That was really nice. She's got a great setup, outside TV, inside TV, could fit, all the group that could come along on the day. So
100%.
It was a really good feeling.
And then we turned it around to training the next day too.
Yes.
On a Sunday.
It was so weird. As you said, it just feels like we've had a very weird old week coming in and playing on Tuesday against Freo. But we had some exciting news coming into the Freo game, knowing that we would have a debut with Bryde, which we'll have on soon to sort of talk through that. But the poor bugger, I think she had about 10 seconds and she's hurt her AC joint. So hopefully she's okay. But it was good to see her pull on the hoops and have her dad speak beforehand as well, which was really sweet.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll touch on that when we speak to Bryde soon.
Yeah.
But amazing to have a first father-daughter pick at the club, and a really special time for the club too, and for Bryde's and her family as well.
And then, yes, obviously with the Freo game, didn't go our way. But for some reason, I thought, especially as a defender, I thought our first half, I've never felt more connected down there. We were chatting a lot. We sort of had good formation behind. We're locking the ball in our front half. It was just sort of a shame that when we had the opportunity to hit the scoreboard, we either kicked it behind or our entries were poor. And that's something tomorrow, which we'll go through the review with and sort of debunk all that sort of stuff. But for the most part, I feel like I was happy with how we went in the back line. Personally, in terms of our connection, that's something we really wanted to focus on leading into the game. But there was definitely lapses, and I feel like we can't shy away from the fact that, footy sucks sometimes.
Absolutely.
And as Kate said last week, like, you have your highs and lows, and unless you're in the environment, like, you just sort of look around and you go, I'm chasing a bit of leather around, and it is affecting me to the point where it's like you're having your low downs and you're having your high highs. Yeah. And it's like, God, it's over a game. But obviously we put so much passion and love into what we do.
And
like
time
and you want the results, and and unfortunately in AFLW you don't have a lot of time to bounce back and
correct.
And that sort of thing. So
that's where sometimes you look in with such a condensed period, you don't want the panic to set in. And I think we'd be really proud on is that I don't feel there's been that real, we haven't hit panic stations. As you've said, we haven't shied away at all from the reality of having some losses that, have been disappointing. But, I was chatting to you guys before coming in here, and one thing that my family say a lot is through adversity comes opportunity. And I really think off the back of this that there's opportunity to have maybe some conversations that that maybe don't get had when you're on a winning streak, or when there's wins and losses that are a bit more controllable ebb and flow, where it's something that maybe is a little bit more manageable. Then you can just look on to the next week and the next week. But sometimes there needs to be moments of having conversations where you have a look in the mirror, or you have a chat to the person beside you, and you speak your truth. And sometimes that can be with a bit of fear, but knowing that we're all going to support each other through it is obviously such an important thing. And then looking into starting to tell each other what we really value about each other again, like
100%.
That's what makes us such a strong, connected group when we're playing at our best, is that trust and that value for one another. And you don't want it to have to come off the back of, losses. It shouldn't have to. And I think we are very good at recognizing that alongside each other, but there is naturally something you got to draw on it even stronger when there's so much room for potentially negativity to creep in.
Yeah. And I think the one positive, well, there's actually multiple positives, but a big positive of the condensed period is that it gives you that time, yes, to talk about those conversations and have those conversations, but then realise, hey, we've got a game in 4 days.
100%.
We've got to get over this feeling and look at what we can do to improve and get us back on track. And I think that's the exciting part of, hey, again, we're playing on Sunday, so it's not that far away at all. And I think, you know, we'll have those conversations this week, but then we'll look forward and think about what we can do to get back to our Geelong way and back to the way that we want to play as well.
Yeah, 100%. No, I'm very excited for the last half of our season, and I feel like sort of reflecting back on last year when all you want to do is continue to grow, and what that means can, be we made the prelim final, it's the grand final, and it's like it's so not.
Yeah,
it's so not.
Yeah.
There's so much more growth than just the outcome of things. You know what I mean? So, as much as these losses suck, I can say with confidence that it's going to bring out something in us that we wouldn't have experienced otherwise. You know what I mean? And we'll look back at these moments and be like, God, we needed that for this reason, or
100%.
Thank God this happened, because I don't know. I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason,
same.
and our time will come when it's ready, and that's against Sydney.
On
so
Sunday.
on Sunday.
Preaching to the choir, babe.
Yes.
I think we're all on board
We
with
love
that.
it. So
100%.
footy's footy. Ride the ups and downs, but super excited to play Sydney and have that another opportunity to, go hunt that ball.
And get to travel again.
Yes,
so be with my
so
people.
good.
Love it.
Anyways, we'll get on with Brides and have a little bit of an insight with her on how her debut was leading in, and a bit of her personality as well. So stay tuned. Hello, Brides. Welcome to the podcast. How do you sound in the mic? Do you like listening to your own voice?
No, not really.
No. Firstly, congratulations, Dal, on making your debut on, I was going to say the weekend, but on Tuesday. Do you want to sort of talk us through getting announced that you're going to play and the days leading into it? Because I could imagine you've had a beautiful couple of messages come through and all that. So talk us through that feeling.
I've been very overwhelmed with all the messages and love. The love's really been felt over the past few days. Last week, Prez actually said to me during gym that, you've got to be ready, there'll be opportunity. I know Adam said as well, there'll be opportunity, just need to be ready. I tried to do a bit more preparation during the week than what I would usually, just maybe what if kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and now that I think of it, at the start of training on Sunday, Dan was like, you've got to train well this week. And no, you've got to train well today. And I'm thinking, I don't think you've ever said that. But
Do I not train well the other days then?
So I was like, okay, I've got to turn it on. Then in the meeting as well, I feel like everyone knew but me, really. I had no idea. It was really good.
Yeah, wasn't there a sneaky camera?
Yeah, Prez set her phone up. I was like, didn't even realise.
Aim picked it up because I sit sort of near you girls. She picked it up afterwards and I'm like, oh shit, I hope my foot wasn't in that.
Yeah.
No, that's very special.
Yeah, so I'm really feeling the love, which is great.
That's lovely. And what about the game? How did you feel coming into your first game? Obviously, it's always a nervous time and everything, but how did you feel? Tell us about it.
What did you do game day? Same routine as normal?
So
it's
I
a long
never actually
wait.
played a night
Waiting
game.
around till bloody 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to do with myself, but I live with Tay and Meg from the club, so they decorated the whole living room for me, which was really sweet.
Yes, so
was really sweet. So I woke up, went downstairs, and the theme song was playing, and the whole living room was decorated.
I did think to myself, at what point did they time this and going, she's up, quick.
No, because I went to, they were trying to hurry me to bed. They were like, all right, get to bed. And I was like, there's something sus. But so I woke up, whole living room was all decorated, and then we went shopping because obviously Karji's tomorrow. So
Are you going?
No.
The other girls are, yeah.
So
I'm trying to find a friend. Meg and I are going, so we're like, who's going?
And then just went out for lunch, went to Brown, got a matcha.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Which was regular matcha or strawberry matcha?
Strawberry matcha.
Yeah, delish.
And then, just chilled for a bit, did my hair, the usual, went for a walk, and then I was
Sounds
game day
very
ready.
relaxing.
Awesome. Very
Love
good.
that. And then you had your dad present you the jumper.
It was so sweet.
And as Gunj said when we were outside before, we all got a pump up before you even got a pump up, which was pretty nice.
It was lovely.
But how was that?
Yeah, no, it was great. Like mum and dad love all you girls, and like you're so good to them when they come to the club. They love it. They get a high off it, which is really cute.
It's beautiful.
So yeah, no, it was special. Dad handing me my jumper. It was very surprised actually. I thought AIM was.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think there
I
was
think
a
up
period
until
of time.
about a minute ago,
Yeah.
and then
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe your dad did that off the cuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
know.
was thinking that too.
He's a great
He's great at it.
Spit.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a
Nah, it was
I wonder
good.
where you've got it from, Dal.
And obviously, yeah, a special time for the club and for your family with the father-daughter pick. And your dad spoke a lot about your resilience and coming through through the juniors, and now you're playing AFLW, which is amazing. Did your dad speak to you about how it feels wearing the hoops and what it might be like playing for Geelong, or and does it live up to those expectations?
Oh, it definitely does, that's
Yeah.
for sure. I know many moons ago when dinosaurs were around when he played. But no, he just said, like, you know, as he said in the clip, like never let this jumper down. So something that I will live up to, and I'll try to never let the jumper down, I suppose. Which, yeah.
With your attitude and your dedication, the way you play yourself rides, I would find it very surprising if you ever did. I want to take us back a little bit to the pre-season, coming in the doors, and just looking at, you know, from that point in time to now, what were some of your goals coming in this season, and what were you applying yourself, doing to get there? I know that your dad did speak about your growth both physically and mentally, and I think we've seen that. Were there some key areas that you came in going, do you know, I know this is what I need to do to get up to the level?
Mm-hmm. You know, like one of my main goals was probably, you know, to debut in my first year, and I mean, I did that. But I think also like maybe like just maturing in myself. Like I've always been, you wouldn't know, but I've always been like a quiet achiever, introvert, but I feel like since I've been here, I've kind of like come out of my shell, and like maybe it's a credit to you girls. I wouldn't have been able to seriously do that with like having you girls around me. So, yeah, maybe like definitely coming out of my shell. I think I might have ticked that off too. But yeah, no, I just want to play good footy, and yeah, I'm just keen to be here, really.
We love having your personality around the group, Dal. But was there some things in terms of your football that you came in to really try to work on? I feel like in your junior, I can't even say juniors because I feel like under 18s is not junior football, but you know, you were an inside mid, winning the ball and doing all that sort of stuff, and I feel like you've sort of come into this team and you've really owned that outside runner role. You're one of the best runners in the team. Coming in as an 18-year-old to be able to do that, oh please, you've been pushing me in those 800s.
I've seen the two of you going head to head in the pre-season.
It's the young legs. It's
But no, it's been great to see you sort of develop over the last sort of 10 to 12 weeks in the pre-season before the season started, and you're sort of taking leaps and bounds from that. But yeah, was there sort of stuff around your football that you sort of really worked on in the pre-season, and I guess getting your head around structures and all that sort of stuff comes into play as well?
Yeah, definitely like my contested games, definitely just like a work in progress still. But yeah, I've tried to develop that over the pre-season. Yeah, just trying to be more contested and have like pressure on my back all the time, just know when to like execute skills when you've got pressure. So yeah, definitely like as well, like more physicality around the contest as well. And then like just like holding width and have outside control, playing outside wing, inside, yeah.
We know what you're saying. We know what you're saying.
No, we love it, Brides, and you've been great to see.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in the game though, what was it, about 10 seconds in, you've hurt your poor shoulder, Dull, and you've just been and got a scan. So hopefully, fingers crossed for you that's okay. But how are you feeling today? You okay?
Yeah. No, I'm just high on life, really.
Oh, good girl. I'm glad you're feeling that way.
because we needed some of that.
That's
So
fantastic.
good. And you touched on living with some amazing people, Meg and Tay, who are part of the Geelong community here, and you know they've taken you under their wing. Do you want to sort of speak through how it's been sort of moving out of home for the first time, and you what's the hardest bit about living out of home? Is it trying to think of what to cook every night?
dinner,
or
yeah.
It's
Laundry.
so hard.
Yeah.
I am a bit of a homebody, and like coming away from my big group of friends at home has been difficult. But I know, like, you just make new connections, and life goes on really, and like you meet new people, and which I have, and I feel like I'm content with the people I have down here and stuff like that. So when I do go home, it's good to like see everyone and reconnect with everyone. But I like Geelong life, and I like this lifestyle. So no, it's great. And I definitely reckon trying to figure out what to cook for dinner is a big struggle. So Meg and I have been doing dinners together recently, Meg, Tay and I, so which is good. Yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
Oh, it's good. I feel like we can relate in terms of I came from Benalla, so I feel the same way.
Country
Like
girls.
you're free. Yeah, I was going home every weekend
Yeah.
when I first moved down here, and you sort of you have your people now, and it's really nice to sort of connect with them.
Yeah.
And you'll love the summer down here too.
Oh,
by the
I'm
way.
so excited.
Lots of time with that, but
And last but not least, to be fair, I feel a bit awkward that I'm the one asking this question because I didn't even understand when the girls first said what.
I was like, ask her this.
What's on your wish list, Bryde?
Oh, my wish list.
I love that you
Well,
picked this up straight away. I was like,
She's like, what's a
don't
wish
know
list?
what that means.
like in terms of what?
Like shopping.
Shopping.
What's in your cart that you haven't purchased yet, but
Um,
you want?
I really want. Gunj has it actually, the Brie Leon bag.
Oh, yeah.
In the
Oh,
brown.
wow.
I got the brown.
Yeah.
But I got it in the mini.
Oh,
so
nice.
Stunning.
I have the black belt, so I think I might have to get black
yeah,
to match the
okay.
belt, but I'm
Love
not sure.
that.
Like a
Mine-
handbag, I'm
yeah.
assuming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Why don't you
fantastic.
treat yourself for a debut little
Yeah.
shop?
I think I might have to.
Oh, you should.
We love this.
And-
Anyways, oh yes, more.
Oh,
Give us more.
You've been
I
cut
wanna
off.
hear more.
no, just another pair of shoes.
Oh, love.
Sambas.
Asics.
Oh,
love that,
very
love
good.
Anyways, as you guys know that are listening, we usually do a segment called Which Cat Is That? But unfortunately, I've got to run to a brow appointment in 2 minutes' time. So if you can tell that I've been sort of rushing you around, Bridie, my bad.
And Becky needs her brows done for game day. So
It's a tight turnaround, so
Yeah.
we've got to get them in shape. But we've loved having you on, Bryde, and having a little bit of an insight to you and your debut game. And I'm sure there's so much more football to come from you and what you can bring. All the best, Dal, and thanks for joining us on
Thanks
the
so
Air the
much
Girls.
for having me, girls.
Thanks, Bryde.
Thanks, Darlin.
What an absolute pleasure. We had a debutant last week. We get to have another one this week. It's always nice to talk to players when they go through their first experience of pulling on the hoops and everything that comes with that. And getting, as we said, getting to know Bridie's personality and having the audience get to know her is always great because our fans, honestly, sometimes when we chat to them on the sideline, I'm like, are we friends?
I know, you know me. You know me
yeah,
personally.
You know my life.
How
Yeah.
mature is Bridie too? She is just,
yeah.
oh, you wouldn't have thought she was 18.
No, but she's just such a bubbly presence in our club.
Yeah,
Absolutely
love having her
here.
around. But
Has her head screwed on really well and
Yeah.
has some great people around her as well.
Yeah.
absolutely. But anyways, Swannies this week against Swannies. Lol.
In Sydney.
Off to Sydney to play the Swans on Sunday, 3:05 p.m. That's the same time as Victoria, I'm assuming. Yes.
Yep.
Yep. New South Wales, same. So you can tune in for that.
And we're actually playing at Henson Park, and I actually played
Yes.
AFLX there. You remember that game?
You
Like
played
that?
AFLX.
AFLX up there, which was good fun.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
It was like a little
Did you win?
tournament. We actually lost the granny, but anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, we're
but
gonna.
it was good fun. We're gonna win though.
we're
I
gonna-
need a win on Henson Park, so
I'm excited to play there. I've never played there.
Neither have I.
it's a great spectacle. Like you can have a really
Yeah.
good crowd around, and it's
I
actually
quite
a great
like
place.
Sydney.
Sydney's the best. Love
Yeah,
it.
it was a
Isn't it
good
a
vibe
lovely
when we went there
place?
before, and it'll be a really good matchup as well.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
It'll be great to come up against them. We've had some good contests with those
Mhm.
guys, so
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking for a win as well. So
Mhm.
yeah.
No, I'm
It'll be-
excited
be a
excited
good
to play
game.
them. And good weather. I think it's meant to be 25 and sunny.
Yeah.
Which
Can't
is always
wait.
lovely. So no,
Yep.
super excited to be able to pull on the hoops again, have a run around and have
Yep.
fun and, play our brand of footy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't wait. But anyways, looking forward to that, girls, and we will see everyone next week for another episode of Yeah, the Girls. Thanks, guys.
So
Have
yep.
fun and